Hi guys, this is GSMDome and I'm here with the unboxing of the POCO F8 Pro. It's finally here and it has evolved a lot, starting from the look of HyperOS, going to all the way with the collaboration with Bose. Yes, it has sound from Bose. We have here the version which is POCO F8 Blue, 12 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabytes of ROM. The entire POCO series has become excellent for gaming. If you're buying a Pro or an Ultra, it's clear that you're going to get some pretty cool gaming. We also get some pretty cool materials like glass and metal, and the look actually reminds me of the iPhone, although actually POCO did it first. Here we have the sound by Bose, and there's one of the versions of this phone which has the speaker here, which is pretty cool, but not this one. Okay, so I see that we have a speaker at the top, speaker at the bottom, and great expectations from this model. It also reminds me of the Xiaomi 14 or 15, its footprint, and yes, it's time for an unboxing. So the launch was very interesting. The POCO F8 series was launched in Bali, Indonesia, in I would say elegant setting. The phone has a 6.59-inch screen. It also has IP68 certification for dust and water resilience. This totally looks like an iPhone lock screen, and this is HyperOS. Actually curious if it's HyperOS 3 would be my first contact. Yes, HyperOS 3.0. There should be some novelty related to the look of it. And it's not exactly liquid glass from Apple, but it's getting there. So let's see what's inside the box. Nothing here, no charger, although the device does support fast charging. This is the metal key used to access the slots. Here we have a cable, quite generous cable in length, from USB-C to USB-A. Quick start guide and warranty card. We also have POCO F8 Pro safety information. And then there's this energy sticker with a promise of a pretty long battery life, good energy rating, resilience to drops, ease of repair, and 1000 cycles of battery, and IP68 certification. And finally here comes the case, which is gray and has a cutout, a generous cutout for the camera. Okay, that's everything inside the box. Time to talk about the design. It has a frosted finish, I would say. It's supposed to be a pretty elegant device, and it's got a flat frame here. And aside from that, we got a 6.59-inch golden ratio display and IP68 certification. It's available in titanium silver, black, and blue version. This system here is a dual speaker system co-tuned by the folks of Bose with 1115F symmetric speakers and a dynamic experience. Now, it comes with a flagship CPU with the Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is the kind you would find on a flagship a year ago. So yeah, there's that. I also have trouble finding the settings button here. This is the about phone. You're getting 520 gigabytes of storage. There's also other specs here, detail info and specs. The 12 gigs of RAM you have here, you can expand with an extra 12. The processor is Snapdragon 8 Elite, as I said before. The OS is Android 16. And let's see what else we have here. So I think we should tell you more about the screen. The panel you're seeing here, this one is actually POCO Hyper RGB AMOLED display. That's the official name. And the resolution is 2510 over 1156. The contrast ratio is 5 million to 1, which is quite impressive. 120 Hz refresh rate, a peak brightness of 3500 nits. 12-bit color depth, it's actually impressive to see that on a would-be mid-range, because we get 10-bit nowadays. And Gorilla Glass 7i protection. We've spoken about the acoustics, but you should also get Dolby Atmos certification, and I'm pretty sure you should have some extra options here related to tweaking the sound. So additional settings, dial pad tones, we should have something, sound effects, dynamic balanced immersive sound, and that's pretty much it. This is the custom area where you can do stuff with the equalizer. Balanced would be a good idea. Immersive, voice, and depend on what you want. If you listen to it to a podcast, obviously voice is the go-to. Now, it supports NFC. It has an ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner. It has 5G. It should have Wi-Fi 6, if not even Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4. It's Wi-Fi 7 actually remember myself of that. And if you're curious regarding the battery, this device here comes with a pretty potent battery. It's a 6210 mAh unit with 100 watts hypercharge. There's even a reverse wired charging at 22 watts, so you can use it as a power bank if you want to. Now, as far as the camera is concerned, the front shooter here is a 20 megapixel one, while the back camera seems to be a triple setup. So 50 megapixel main camera, Light Fusion 800 image sensor, OIS, 50 megapixel telephoto camera with f2.2 aperture, 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, f2.2 aperture, and that's about it. Curious about the camera interface? Yes, I am. Options include document scanning, portrait with a penchant for the telephoto camera. This is the photo section. I see that we have a step here at 2.5x. I expect that we have an optical zoom of 2.5 or 2x. 5 is actually digital stuff, but still pretty fine. And here we have some extra options like time-lapse, long exposure, panorama, and slow motion. And here the photo resolution can be swapped. We have super macro and more. Video can be taken in 4K 60, which for a mid-range, let's stop calling it mid-range, I would say flagship replacement, is pretty impressive. We also have shoot steady, a teleprompter feature, and more. You even have 8K, which totally convinces me this is a flagship killer. And we also have the Pro capture with white balance, ISO, shutter, JPEG, which becomes RAW, and all of that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. HyperOS 3.0 and improved water resistance. I would say that the promise is quite high when it comes to battery life. It promises 1.5 days or even more. We're also promised 5x lossless in-sensor zoom for distant subjects. So the actual zoom, actually looked it up in the meantime, 2.5x optical zoom. Now I'm curious about this interface, my first contact with it. So the widgets, they seem to have changed a bit from the previous version, and they're a bit more clean. They actually remind me of the Vivo and Oppo versions. And a quick glance into the settings to see what else is new. Apparently we're due an update here, which I will do. Okay, so these are the interconnectivity features. You can interconnect, you can see a car there, a Xiaomi car as well. Home screen plus notifications, call sync, clipboard, and of course AI, Hyper AI. There's Gemini Live. Now we have Gemini 3.0 and also Nano Banana. You can generate all sorts of things. And you have AI writing, so you can actually generate text, rewrite it, change the tone, do a summary. You also have dynamic wallpapers. You can turn a static shot into a moving shot if you want to. Creativity assistant, that's how you edit photos with Beautify. Image expansion, you can expand the background. Erase subjects with Erase Pro. Cutout and AI film. Then there's speech recognition. You can transcribe your audio recording into text and do a summary and a translation, useful for reporters and students. We have translate conversation, useful if you're traveling a lot. I'm going to travel to China, so this should come in handy for me. AI interpreter, this is translating calls and conferences. Basically, captions is this one, and AI search for your system-wide application. I think it's pretty similar if you use the Xiaomi phone with AI before. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I should probably start updating it and playing with it. I have good expectations as far as the gaming is concerned. And I'm also pretty curious about the battery life because it has such high promise. But Bose remains the core novelty here because not everyone works with Bose, and those who get to deliver great results. So I started off calling this a mid-range phone, went to high mid-range, and then went to flagship killer for a very good price. What do you think? So between Bose, the processor, 8K filming and the large battery, and the AI, this is actually a solid alternative even to previous Xiaomi flagships, smaller ones like the Xiaomi 14 and 15. That's it from GSMDome.com. We'll be back with a review very soon. Goodbye.